What do you think of the team?
It's a young side. They've been and they've had a training camp for the past month. I've been speaking to Boone, who's their head coach, and one of the managers, Kyo. They've been very nice to give us some information. It's a very developmental squad. As mentioned, they've been together now for what, 4 years, 5 years together as a group of girls. So they'll be organised. They come here with the idea of playing football and trying to get through to the semi-finals and push on to the final. As for Mongolia, we saw that their upper body strength, their physical prowess is what held them in good stead in that initial opening game. And again, it's going to be a big battle for Laos today to try and overcome that physicality that Mongolia possess.
Yes, they certainly do. It was quite the game the other day. Now, you personally, you've played a lot of football. You're a wonderful ex-professional player, started in England, did finish your career in Asia. So this weather is something that you're quite used to. How impressed are you at the standard of the fitness of the girls in the tournament?
Very good. I mean, we've seen a few girls go down with cramp, which is expected. Again, they're still young players, they're still learning, they're developing, and their bodies are developing as well. But it does take it out of you. And here, as we know in Dakar, it's very, very hot, it's very humid, and it can take its toll. But for these girls to last the 90 minutes, and then they've got to go again, so they'll have, on their day off, they'll have been in the ice baths, they'll have been doing recovery sessions, they'll have been stretching everything out, doing light little sessions here and there to get ready for the next game. They are being treated as top professional players, which is what they are for their age group and their category. So we expect them to be fit, we expect them to give a good account of themselves, and let's just hope that we get some goals tonight.
I'm sure we're in for an absolutely incredible game. Thank you so much for your time. I better let you run back up to the commentary box because we're going to throw now to Shaz, who's already up there.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. And Erin, Paul Macefield over there, down by the pitch side. Good to have their thoughts ahead of this match here at the Bangamata National Stadium. Match coming up, of course, Mongolia Mongolia up against Laos yesterday. I wanted to talk to you about what a fantastic match we had here. The UAE was up against Kyrgyzstan. That ended in a 2-1 win, and it really was a fantastic battle. We hope we'll have something as competitive today. Mongolia are playing Laos in what could be a battle of two very different sides. Mongolia, we saw in their first match, a very, very physical side so far. Here, a reminder of the results we've had so far. Bangladesh have defeated United Arab Emirates 2-0. That set the tone, really, for the rest of this tournament. Those are the fixtures that are still to come. The group stages end on the 27th of April, and the top two teams in each group will, of course, advance to the semi-finals. So, yeah, lots to play for here, of course. Mongolia, they know a win will guarantee them, of course, passage to the semi-finals. Laos, this is their final team that we haven't seen yet in this tournament, and they'll want to set their stall out today and get some points off the leaders at the moment. They know that if they can get something here, then it really makes it very interesting for their final game against Tajikistan, who were out-muscled in that first game. Now, as always, we have plenty of interviews, plenty of VIPs who do join us here at the Bangamata National Stadium. And I'm delighted to say that coming up, we have the interview with the Air Commodore Mahbub Jahan Khan, retired Director, Planning and Marketing of Biman Bangladesh Airlines. Here's what he had to say about the tournament.
I'm joined here by Air Commodore MD Mahbub Jahan Khan, PPB PSC retired Director Planning and Marketing of Biman Bangladesh Airlines. We thank you so much for coming on board and sponsoring this incredible tournament. What was it that made you want to be involved?
It is since long we are sponsoring different sports and games in the country, especially to promote these sort of activities, and we take pride in sponsoring this Bangamata Under-19 Women's International Gold Cup Tournament 2019, and it will continue, inshallah, and we are really happy that you have organized something like that. I must thank the organizers here, because of whose hard work is this tournament is being held, and Biman, inshallah, it will continue to sponsor like that. Thank you.
And I think tournaments like this help encourage young women to play more sport. Do you think that's important?
Yeah, that is obviously important. If you come talk about sports and games, it is not question of who is playing. So it should be promoting for everyone.
We thank you so much for your support and with the airline, and hope that you continue to do so for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to congratulate every team here participating in this tournament. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to have the thoughts there of the Air Commodore Mahmood Jahan Khan, of course, from Biman Bangladesh Airlines, of course, one of the big partners and sponsors here of this event. As we look at the Mongolia lineup, and just talking here with Paul Macefield, who has raced back in here. Paul, thank you.
Oh, I'm absolutely shattered now, running up them stairs.
Well, not as shattered as some of these girls have been, because it's been hard work there. And Mongolia are a physical unit, aren't they?
They are, and they're unchanged today, so that tells you something about the team. We did see the UAE get better as that second game went on, so they played their way into the tournament, albeit too little too late. But I think the physicality of the Mongolian side is going to be a key issue today. Watch out for the number 10 Laura, who will play in the hole, and of course Serengarav, who was as lively as anything in that opening game. Really one to watch, that will cause issues and problems.
Yeah, we enjoyed the way they carried out their football. It was physical. It certainly did throw themselves around a bit, and see how Laos will cope with that. More on that in a short while. But of course, let's remind you what this tournament is all about here in Bangladesh. The Bangamata tournament, of course, named after the mother of the nation, Sheikh Fazilatunessa Mujib. Here's more about her.
জাতির জনক বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমানের স্মৃতি বিজড়িত ৩২ নম্বর ধানমন্ডির এই বাড়িটি বাঙালির জাতিসত্তার ইতিহাস, ঐতিহ্য ও মুক্তির ঠিকানা। আইয়ুবের শাসনামল ১৯৫৭ সালে ৬,০০০ টাকায় ধানমন্ডির ১ বিঘার জমি বরাদ্দ দেওয়া হয়। ১৯৬০ সালে বঙ্গবন্ধু জেল থেকে ছাড়া পেয়ে বেগম মুজিবের সাথে পরামর্শ করে বাড়ি করার সিদ্ধান্ত নেন। ১৯৬২ সালে আইয়ুব বিরোধী ছাত্র আন্দোলন থেকে ১৯৭১ সালের মহান মুক্তিযুদ্ধের বিভিন্ন গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ও জরুরি সিদ্ধান্ত এই বাড়ি থেকে নেওয়া হতো। ১৯৭১ সালের ২২শে মার্চ পাকিস্তান সরকার ঘোষণা করে ২৫শে মার্চের জাতীয় পরিষদের অধিবেশন অনির্দিষ্টকালের জন্য বাতিল করা হলো। জ্বলে ওঠে পূর্ব বাংলা। এদিন বঙ্গমাতা ফজিলাতুন্নেসা বঙ্গবন্ধুকে পরামর্শ দিয়েছিলেন, তুমি যদি ইয়াহিয়া খানের সঙ্গে সমঝোতা করো, তবে একদিকে ইয়াহিয়া খানের সামরিক বাহিনী তাদের সুবিধা মতো যে কোনো সময় তোমাকে হত্যা করবে, অন্যদিকে দেশের জনগণও তোমার উপর ভীষণ ক্ষুব্ধ হবে। এর মাধ্যমে বঙ্গমাতার রাজনৈতিক পর্যবেক্ষণের স্বচ্ছ দৃষ্টির আভাস পাওয়া যায়। ১৯৭১ সালের ২৫শে মার্চ রাতে বঙ্গবন্ধু তার ব্যক্তিগত গ্রন্থাগার থেকে টেলিফোনে রাত ১২টা ৩০ মিনিটে স্বাধীনতার ঘোষণা দেন। এই বাড়ি থেকে ২৬শে মার্চের প্রথম প্রহরে পাকিস্তানি সেনাবাহিনী বঙ্গবন্ধুকে গ্রেফতার করে। এই বাড়িতেই ১৯৭৫ সালের ১৫ই আগস্ট বঙ্গবন্ধু সপরিবারে নির্মমভাবে নিহত হলেন।
খবরটা শোনার সাথে সাথে আমি বললাম যে বাংলাদেশে কু হয়েছে, তাহলে তো আমার কেউ বেঁচে নাই, আমার আব্বা নেই। রেহানাকে বলতে পারিনি, কিন্তু এটা তো ঠিক যে বুঝতে তো পারত যে নিশ্চয়ই কেউ নেই।
বেগম মুজিবের হাতে গড়া এই ঐতিহাসিক বাড়িটি আজ বাঙালির ইতিহাস ও ঐতিহ্যের সাক্ষী হয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে রয়েছে।
Always nice to find out a little bit more about Bangamata, the mother of the nation, Sheikh Fazilatunessa Mujib. And anyway, here is the lineup for Laos, and you've had a little chat with the Laotians. What can you tell us about them?
They've been together since the U14 age group. A couple have dropped out, but there's been a couple of additions come in. They like to play football. They want to try and get it down and pass it around. They've just had a training camp for a month to keep everybody together. They are playing with a 4-1-4-1 formation, so slightly different to Mongolia, but it is going to be Anuta that will be sitting in the hole. Pei will be the striker, the lone striker up front, but you can expect Intida and also Afatsala to be able to get down the wings and get the crosses into the box, and bodies will arrive in the likes of Vadi and Ponte.
Yeah, I remember, of course, Laos, the men's team came here for the Bangamata Gold Cup back in October 2018, and whilst they didn't get away here with any wins, they were entertaining. They played some good football. They were under the stewardship of Mike Wong back then, and they played some good, interesting football. They used their width, they had plenty of pace about them. And I think Laotian football, they're going through a bit of a transition period. They've changed national coaches not too long ago. I think the philosophy is being changed as well there, Paul.
Yeah, it's an intriguing one, particularly in Southeast Asia, the way that they are developing. They are developing at a slower pace, I would say. There's no leagues there for women at the moment, so that's why tournaments like this are absolutely critical for them to be able to go and get exposure and get games. And that may have a slight adverse effect on the team when they go out and play, that they don't have that experience. So coming and playing in tournaments like this, they will gain valuable experience. But it's the same with the national team. It's not the strongest league in the world. You know that it's a poorer league, as it were, not as strong as it should be. And developmentally, they are trying to develop, but it is at a much slower pace. That's all the way through the pyramid that they have over there in Laos.
Can they take some inspiration from Mongolia? I think you mentioned the other day, the last game that we saw for Mongolia, that their women's national team only started really competing last year, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, I think it was September last year.
Right, and we saw how they took the game to the Tajiks, didn't they? I mean, they rode their luck a little bit at the start. We saw a little bit of the technical ability of the Tajiks, and then Mongolia bamboozled them, really, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They just hit them where it hurts, didn't they? I mean, they went after them. They were strong. They were physical. The Tajiks didn't like that at all. And you know, it just panned out to be a very, very entertaining and interesting game for Mongolia.
We have the view now that most of you will not. We are looking at the two teams just below our commentary position, and certainly they are smaller. The Laotians are diminutive, as Laotians tend to be, and they'll have a lower center of gravity and speed as well about them. But this is going to be an interesting battle with two contrasting styles, I feel.
Yeah, that's the thing you've just mentioned there, because they will be slighter frames, as it were.
Yeah,
they'll be a little bit more agile. They'll be a little bit quicker. I'm expecting them to be quicker to the ball. It's all going to be about ability then, and what they do with the ball when they get it.
Let's remind you of the fixtures here, with Bangladesh getting off to that good win against the UAE on the opening day. Mongolia thrashed Tajikistan, and we were just talking about their physical approach. And yesterday, let's have a quick review back on that game, Paul. Kyrgyzstan with a very tight win in the end, you have to say, in that game against the UAE. We've got these three fixtures still to come, but three very different kind of games. And we like the fact that, of course, it ended up being very close, and actually it was a lot closer for Kyrgyzstan in the end. UAE came to the fore.
Yeah, they did, right towards, well, it was after the half-hour mark. I think that's when we saw the UAE start to play some real good stuff. They started to look like a solid outfit. They all understood and knew what each other was doing, and that was vitally important for them as a learning curve and a learning process. I had a little word with the coach after the match, and she was saying she was very proud and pleased with the way that the team performed, particularly in that game, but praised everybody as well in what was the missed penalty was the thing that hurt them.
So we've got some VIPs, of course, coming across. And good to have, of course, K Sports as part of this. Mr. Fahad there, a big part of that. And some of his colleagues, along with other VIPs.
And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. Let us...
We've got Mr. Mohibul Hassan Chaudhry Naufal, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Education. Mohammad Zahid Hassan Rasul, State Minister, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. Mohiuddin Ahmed Mohi, Vice President of the BFF, the Bangladesh Football Federation, Mr. Harunur Rashid, Executive Committee Member of Bangladesh Football Federation, and Mr. Abu Naeem Shohag, General Secretary of the Bangladesh Football Federation. Good to have all of them there, of course. The BFF and K-Sports working hand in hand with each other for this fantastic event, the Bangamata U19 Women's International Gold Cup. And of course, this is the second instalment of their partnership. The first one, of course, the Bangamata Gold Cup just a few months ago. The two teams now making their way towards the pitch. Tomorrow will be a massive one. Kyrgyzstan will be playing the home nation. We're expecting a big crowd here. That will be something to look forward to. But a job to be done here by Mongolia. A win, probably even a draw, Paul, enough to see them through.
Yeah, that'll see them through automatically. There's no doubts or questions about that. But, you know, I mean, it's going to go down to the last game anyway in this group, which is quite interesting. Because Tajikistan losing 3-0 to Mongolia means that they are in the box seat with goal difference as well. So even if they were to lose this one 1-0, it would still go down to the last game. But by all intents and purposes, it does look as though Mongolia have done enough to qualify. It's whether they win the group or whether they finish runners-up, because you've got to say you fancy Bangladesh to win the group. Now, you'd rather play them in the final.
Correct. You want to avoid them now. Presumably they come top of their group. You'd want to come obviously top of your group, and thereby avoiding them and meeting instead. You'd think it would be Kyrgyzstan. But too many permutations for now. First we'll have the national anthems before we get the match underway.
আমি উপস্থিত সকলকে দুটি টিমের সাথে হ্যান্ডশেকের মাধ্যমে পরিচিত হওয়ার জন্য আহ্বান জানাচ্ছি।
Well, before the national anthems, the dignitaries coming across to meet the players, and we saw the other day, it was quite a nice gesture as well, that they had a few words with the substitutes, which was quite a nice gesture, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice gesture, but it's really good to see that, you know, the Deputy Minister of Education is here, because obviously very developmental tournament in its infancy, and also the young women that are playing as well, and also the Ministry of Youth and Sports here as well, the State Minister. It's good that the support is there from them, and of course the Bangladesh Football Federation, which is vitally important that tournaments like this get going. And again, it wouldn't be possible without the sponsorship that has come in and the partners that have come and joined into this tournament, the Bangamata Under-19s Women's Gold Cup, and it's always great to see.
You know, things have really improved from what we've seen and heard under the stewardship of Mr. Qazi Salahuddin of the BFF, and since his stewardship, of course, Bangladesh have been champions of the AFC Under-14 Regional Championships in 2014 and 2015. They're group champions of the AFC Under-16 Women's Championship in 2017, the qualifiers in Bangladesh itself, and they've really done superbly in the women's game. We talk about the fact they were runners-up in the SAF Women's Championship in 2016. That was in India. Unbeaten champions in the SAF Under-15 Women's Championship in 2017. That was also here in Bangladesh. There was the recent Jockey Club Cup International Youth Football Tournament just a few months ago. The Bangladesh Under-15 Women's National Football Team, they were unbeaten, and they were the champions there, up against the likes of, very impressive, Malaysia, Hong Kong and Iran. So they've done well. They've also group champions of the AFC Under-16 Women's Championship 2019 qualifiers right here in Bangladesh. So as you can tell, things are on the up and up here, and long may it continue in Bangladesh. So the dignitaries have come and greeted the teams, and I believe now we will shortly have the national anthems.
সুপ্রিয় সকল দর্শকবৃন্দকে দাঁড়িয়ে লাওস দলের জাতীয় সংগীতের প্রতি যথাযথ সম্মান প্রদর্শনের জন্য বিনীতভাবে অনুরোধ করছি। Let's stand up for the national anthem of Laos.
So a big game in store here for Laos. They know they have to get something out of this really to extend their stay. Of course, they've got one more game after this, but with Mongolia really being quite convincing the other day, it's a tough task at hand.
It is a tough task at hand, but they can afford to lose this game. But they can't afford to get, well, it doesn't matter, battered. But they can go up then in their final group match against Tajikistan and have a right go. So,
True.
You know, if they've watched the games, which they will have done, then maybe that might be a tactic they're thinking of.
So the dignitaries just greeting the staff there of both sides.
And the subs again, which is nice to see.
Absolutely right.
Very nice.
Everyone feels involved. Here are your officials. Chaisanet Pansa of Thailand in charge. Uvena Fernandez of India is assisted as well by Sama Akhtamone of Bangladesh, and Bangladesh's fourth official as well, Jaya Chakma.
They look relaxed, don't they? They look all at ease.
Always a statement of intent, isn't it, Paul? In a tournament of this nature where you have so few rest days, that you are fielding exactly the same 11.
Yeah, but that's showing faith in the players, it's showing faith in the girls, and they know that they can get the job done. I think that they think that they'll be a little bit too good for Laos. I really do believe that, which is why they've kept with the same lineup and haven't made changes to freshen things up. And as we mentioned earlier, let's not forget, we did see the UAE, didn't we, get better in that second match, a lot better, because they'd played together. They'd only had a couple of days rest as well. Listen, they're young players, so to ask them to play a couple of games in the space of 3 days, that's not a hardship. I'm being serious, it's not a hardship.
Even in these tough conditions?
No, you look at the professional players in Europe over the Christmas period in England. They're playing, what, 5 games in 9-10 days. They're literally playing every third day. So it can be done.
Yep.
And these girls are at the top of their profession because they're representing their country for their respective age group. So they'll be fit. There shouldn't be an issue. There shouldn't be a problem. If there was, I could pretty much guarantee you the coach wouldn't put them in.
And one thing we got to add, though, talking about the conditions and all that, Laos, this is second nature to them. This is something they're very, very used to. Out of all the teams here, apart from Bangladesh, I would think Laos would be fairly comfortable with this.
Yeah, it's very hot and humid over there, isn't it? It gets very, very steamy as well. Well, that's obviously not the coach, because she's the female that's on the bench. That's the assistant coach.
Now across on the other side.
I'll tell you when we see Boone. He's not there. Not yet. There he is. That's obviously the Laos coach.
Mungsul had a relatively easy time of it in that last game. Let's see how she copes today. And it's always the first few minutes we start to get an idea of how things are sort of going to pan out.
And then we'll get this one pretty early. If Sarangarav is anywhere in the form that she was the other day, she will cause problems and issues. There you can see the physical strength already in the middle of the park.
And that was the skipper Undral, who doesn't hold back.
Scored the opening goal, didn't she?
Gotta say. Sorry, Paul, you were talking about that opening goal.
Yeah, it was what, 13 minutes in. It was Laos that have started lively though.
Haven't seen some of their passing pretty decent. Quick short passes. And I won't say any more about that. And it's a ball through, of course, and wow. Now that's not something we've seen enough of, Paul, because a lot of them try to play a high line, but they don't have keepers that stay further up the pitch.
Yeah, that's right, the sweeper keeper. Oh, wow.
Oh, very good now, bearing down. Here's Per. Oh, that's an earliest goal we've had of this tournament so far. And Per has opened the scoring for Laos inside 2 minutes. And the Laotians have taken the lead.
That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. The pace shown there was something frightening. It's a lovely ball threaded through, but it's just the Mongolians caught on their heels. But Pei, look at the composure when she gets in there. She doesn't rush, she doesn't snatch, she looks up and sees the keeper come and just tucks it in that far corner. That is a very, very cool, composed finish from that young lady.
Well, earliest goal of the campaign. We've had a lot of early goals in here. And I'm just very impressed with that. And again, it's a ball through a relatively high line. So, how will the Mongolians and it's needs a good response here from Mongolia. And I have to say, most of us probably didn't expect that, Paul, and that's fantastic. It's unpredictable. They were an unknown quantity coming into this.
Yeah, but you know what? They were a total unknown quantity, like you've said there, Jez. If they can carry on playing the way they play, we said that they'd started well because they're passing the ball around, and we did say they like to try and play football. This could be a surprise package here, by the way. A big surprise package.
I do like the way they're carrying themselves so far. And Mongolia have a game on their hands. No team so far has managed to fight back and win a game. Remember that in this tournament. Here's Laura Tom of Belgian extraction as well. She was a very useful player for them in that first game. She's gone straight for the goal and pretty straightforward in the end for the Laotian keeper.
Petalavade in goal, I tell you, she's going to have a big game today. She has to have an important game, and do you know something? The confidence that she'll have gained from taking that catch there will do her the world of good. The linesman just put the flag up then and then put it back down.
Well, they'll be absolutely delighted with that. What a start here from Laos. I don't think anyone quite expected that. Laura misses the ball. Over the top. This is Intida. A little bit scrappy at the moment from Mongolia. Nicely done there from Unvadi. Won the challenge there. Apsala. Pair. That's a good ball in. Needs to be brought down. Still with Laos here. Intida. Holding the ball very well. The possession impressive. Vadi. Oh, they're looking good, quite good, aren't they?
They're looking very, very good. I think you can see that there's a togetherness with the side. That's from having been together since the age of under 14s. They know each other's positions. They pass the ball well. That's the key element. And if you pass the ball well, no one's quicker than the ball. So if you pass and you move the ball, you've got the other team chasing. And in these conditions and this heat, you'll wear the other side out very, very quickly.
Now trying to just hold on to the ball here. Mongolia are struggling. Solongo was the latest to give it away. Apsala, her turn to just trade possession. Solongo, that's just a hopeful ball up towards the striker, or the forward, Ekmagad.
Nice to see the sweeper keeper coming into action again there, just stepping right up to the edge of a box. Little niggly stop-start fouls here that the referee's awarding. The arms were up.
Pretty high hand there.
There was just the two hands on that occasion though, not the one.
On the throat. I think they're a little bit rattled here, Mongolia, because I think they quite expected that. They haven't really had any rhythm so far. Referee just spotted a little bit of a tussle between Vadi and a couple of Mongolians there. Looked to be Solongo. Flicked over, the keeper's got to be quick about this, and she's done well. Patlavadi.
Yep, just a little knock on. That's definitely a training ground routine. Don't like the way that she put a knee up there.
I was going to say, like that?
Yeah. That's a little bit naughty. Goalkeepers do protect themselves. There's no need for that there. We want another goal now, don't we? I think we're getting greedy.
I think we are. I mean, it's normally around this time that we get a goal. Laos, that will take some beating. About 1 minute 22 seconds, I think, or so it was when it went in.
Dagazaya has been entrusted to Manmark Pay. This could be dangerous because Pay can strike a ball as well.
We've seen what she can do. And it's in a good area here. And it is Pay who's picking up the ball. Right, let's see how they're going to approach this. Referee has got to make sure that wall is back. It's a long way to go.
Don't you love it? Players just try and cheat and go 5 yards away and go, no, that's 10. Will she go for goal? That's the question.
Yes is the answer, but it sails over the crossbar. There is no lacking in confidence here for Laos, is there, at the moment?
No, not at all. Not at all. Very much on that front foot. They've kept possession well. They've moved the ball well. They've got their goal. Now Mongolia, we need a reaction from them. It's a poor ball.
Well, we found a lot of the teams have struggled to get the ball very far. And on goal kicks, generally. Bit of hesitation there. Here's Pei. Cross from Vadi. Back to Vadi. Just slips that through. Nice little turns here. Short passes. Solongo. Vadi, that didn't look like a very good challenge from Solongo.
yeah, frustration at giving the ball away. I think that's what you find with quite a few players, and we've seen that in this tournament, haven't we, where they'll concede possession with a cheap pass that they should really keep, and then they track back in, they try and chase back, and they're just overzealous to try and win the ball back.
Well, 65% possession at the moment for Laos. Now, was she trying to go for goal? I think she was. Very ambitious.
I don't think I'd have attempted to shoot from there. That was a bit of a long way out, but we have seen if you hit the target, there have been one or two keepers that have spilled the ball.
Once again, they've just struggled. Pei with a lovely ball. Oh, it's a decent move there. Really nice combination with Apsala.
We are watching the surprise package of this tournament. Yeah. We didn't know much about them coming into this, but boy oh boy are they playing good stuff. This is a brilliant move, and if you saw that in one of the top leagues in Europe, you'd be waxing lyrical about it, because they passed and moved, and it was good work from Pei.
And again, they're just looking very, very good on the ball. There was an important challenge there from Anuta. They're first to everything at the moment, and Mongolia getting a little taste of their own at the moment. Oh, that isn't a good challenge. And now, normally you see a card, and I think there is no surprises. There is one. Probably the earliest card we've had so far. I think Laura Tom.
No surprise that it's Laura. She was the one that was in the thick of the action in the last game. But we have seen challenges that have gone unpunished. But that's a little bit naughty there. She's gone right over the top. Definitely a yellow card.
Yeah, no hesitation from Pansa. That's the right call. Now this is where it gets a little dangerous. Mugzul hesitated. Oh, that's a cool finish. No flag has gone up. They think there was some impeding of the goalkeeper. The officials disagree. And Apsala, who has been excellent so far, has made it 2, Paul.
You tell me where there was a foul. There's absolutely no foul whatsoever. And again, it's a speculative ball that's just been pushed forwards. And what they've done, and we said this before, get the defenders chasing towards their own goal. That's exactly what they're doing. Does the goalkeeper come? No, she doesn't. She bottles it. She should wipe everything out that's in her way there, because she's entitled to do so. It's brave play from Pei to put her body in there, but following up nicely. Apsala just getting on the end of it, and a 2-0 lead.
Incredible. 2-0 already. Delgazaya, who you and I were very impressed with in that first game, she seemed to hesitate, and the keeper, Mugzul, got to be better than that, surely.
You've just got to come through everything. You're the goalkeeper. It's in the rules. You're allowed to. So there's no doubts about that. Can't believe that she just let the ball bounce and just didn't go and attack the ball. But still, Apsala, a cool, calm finish from her. And it's good to see, Shez, that there were 2 players chasing down in there, not just one. So they are getting bodies forwards, this Laos team.
Paul, when you're seeing things like that now, and if you're Laos, you're thinking, let's just launch high balls into the box, aren't you?
Turn them. That's what I'd be saying. I'd be saying, get it down, play, suck them in, bang, hit it over the top. Pei, use your pace, and you 2 girls out wide go and join in as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the surprise package of the tournament, 100% now.
And here, you and I were saying, well, Laos can lose this game and then go to the next one and see what they can get out of Kyrgyzstan. I think it's Mongolia now that might be thinking, hold on. Kyrgyzstan might be thinking, we've got a chance now.
No.
But then again, I think the way we've seen Laos play...
Yeah, I think that we're seeing the 2 that will go through here. Tajikistan, of course, having their coach sent off, so that didn't help matters. So he's going to be banned for 1 game. I think we heard those reports, didn't we, Shez?
Yeah, he's not going to be around for that next game. Tajikistan will feel, could they still get something? Well, I think it's going to be tough against this very, very impressive Laos side.
I tell you,
footwork on that, and that's not far away at all. Not a bad effort from Vardy.
What a strike. Just by the way, what a strike. Vardy doing ever so well there. Just a little drag back, creates the yard for herself, and that's not a million miles away, let me tell you. Well, for a country that doesn't have a league that these girls can participate and play in, it's important that they have training stints. It's important that they've been together for a few years, and they're showing it here.
Here's Ping. Great work again on the outside, Apatsala. And they are in 6s and 7s at the moment, Mongolia. They are struggling.
She says, I'll go on record now as saying I want a Bangladesh versus Laos final.
Yeah.
Because they are the two best teams that we've seen.
The best footballing sides, aren't they?
Correct. And I hope that it transpires that way. There's still a lot of football to play, and there's teams out there that won't agree with us and that will want to upset the apple cart.
True.
But that would be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely 100% agree with you, Paul. And that is gone wide. Was there a foul there for you? I didn't think too much in it.
I think the ball had gone out.
Just
I think that's what was signalled. But I'll tell you something as well now. Lanoi is the first girl in this tournament to go and physically attack a ball like this from a corner.
We haven't seen enough of that, have we?
No.
Didn't see any of that.
That's the first time I've seen somebody brave enough to just go, all right, I'm going to get on the end of this. And that's exactly what she did, and she's not that far away. This could be embarrassing for Mongolia today.
Yeah, just the way they're playing at the moment. Pair and Apatsala, look at the footwork on that. And the short little pass of the triangles. Real issues here for Mongolia. Vardy, another one who's been impressive. Anywhere will do.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8 blue shirts, all in the space of 10, 15 yards, trying to stop 3 red shirts. That tells you who's on top at the moment. Look at this. Intricate passing, the little drag backs, trying to keep possession. We did say they'd like to play football, and boy oh boy, they are showing it here.
Well, they need some respite here. The Mongolians just haven't been able to get out of their half, have they? Laos have stepped up a gear.
Sarangara playing. How good was she the other night? And we haven't seen her yet.
No, absolutely right. Nothing. She hasn't been able to get on the ball.
There's another gear as well, you know, to this Laos side. You can see it. You know what I'm going on about, Chez. But as a, you know, having played the game, you know that they could inject a little bit more.
And that's scary because they're already looking very, very impressive. And I think, yes, as we've seen with some of the teams here, in the first game, you play a little bit within yourselves, conserve a bit of energy.
You've got to grow into a tournament, and as we've always said, you don't lose your first game. Mongolia won theirs. Laos are on schedule to win this one. I know there's still a long way to go, but from what we've seen already, I can't see where Mongolia are going to get a goal from, and I can see Laos scoring at least 1 or 2 more.
It's not often that someone, you know, a commentator can predict something like that, but it's just the way we've seen these first 18 minutes pan out, Paul, about how Laos are approaching it, that we're already saying it's almost you can't see Laos losing this.
No chance. I mean, look at that. Trying to just flick it through her legs and go again. I mean, those are skills that are used by top European players. Country mile ahead. Pei's probably the brightest thing that we've seen this whole tournament.
Ungal trying to get it away. Not easy. Now, here's Apatsala. Again, brilliant from her. Corner tip. There's a player down, and it's Laura Tom. Remember, she was dishing it out earlier on.
That's her knee. Look, it's heavily strapped. I don't know whether she should have played today. Was there contact? Was there a collision? Has something happened? Has she just gone down off the ball?
I just wonder, Paul, now, if you've got this a silky team like Laos at the moment, is that physical approach going to do you any good? Do you go in hard a bit on them now?
I tell you what, you know, I know what the Laotians are like. They won't back down.
Yeah.
They'll be right in your face, and we've seen that. And shall I tell you what? Shall I tell you what tells me they'll do that? Lannoy coming up and attacking that ball to head it, because what that means is that they're not afraid.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to get a ball on the head. They're not afraid to get a flailing arm in the face. They're not afraid to put their foot in if they need to. And you know as well as I do, we've seen that with the men's senior team as well, where, you know, when the going gets tough and they start to concede a goal or two, they don't back down and they will kick you. They'll really have a go. There's no need for Laos to mix it here. They have to stay above. They have to stay above Mongolia. They have to just keep the ball, keep moving the ball. They may have to take a knock here or there, but, you know, they've started so well.
Here's the pace being shown by Pear. She raced through, and it was a very, very cool finish, that one. One of the nicest goals we've seen so far. And this was just a speculative ball over the top. And a cool finish from Apatsala.
Well, you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And again, two players chasing down in the box, and that's important for me. I like the fact, I really like the fact that Asasala got beyond the striker, but got beyond Pei, because sometimes you need your midfielders to do that. Your striker needs to drop a little bit deeper into the hole. What it does is it drags the two central defenders apart and into different areas. And if you've got people making runs in behind, then you're going to cause all sorts of problems, because the defenders don't know whether to go short or they don't know whether to drop off. And that's exactly what happened there. Pei dropped a little bit deeper, and that run then from Asfada just was on the outside, and she managed to get in and slot it home. Good play. Very, very, it's intelligent play.
Again, Mongolia just cannot get it past the halfway line. And Apatsala's on this left-hand side for a change. Dagazaya not getting the better of her and has conceded a free kick.
And it was as well. It was, and I'm just not sure there if I saw Asfasala just swing an arm out there when she got kicked from behind. Only, I don't know whether it was to the referee to say, hey, come on, or I think she may just have caught Dagazara, but nothing of it. So, there you go. Going for goal here?
Yeah.
Or is she going for Lannoy's head?
Pei, I have to say, has gone for goal at every opportunity. So, it wouldn't surprise us if she tries that now. Well, better ball in, and actually a decent header away by Undral. The skipper was very impressive for Mongolia the other day, but she just hasn't been able to show that off today. Good distribution of the ball, but she's been having to play a defensive role.
Yeah, but no one making a run into that near post area there, which is why it was easily defended.
Yeah. Well, almost 70% possession here for Laos. Ponatip has done well. Now Intida, who's swapped sides with Abatsala. Great take as well by Pei. And it's away by Engsaya.
That was an important touch from a blue shirt, by the way. She's got some skills, that Pei.
They're just penned in at the moment, aren't they, Mongolia? Well, that looked big challenge from Undral, who's given it away. We talked about the physical approach, and Enkamagad uncompromising there. Villiton.
Exactly the same, not bothered. That's why I said, you turn around and look at these, I tell you, the Mongolian girls might be a bit bigger, but it isn't phasing these Laotians, not at all.
I'll take that, Laos. So Villiton now. Upon a tip. Oh, again, what a drag back that was. Was there a foul? Pay had gone down. Play continues. Even though a couple of players down, Pay is not getting up, and they finally decide to kick that out of play.
I can't believe Inti had decided to do that. She should just have carried on into the box.
Yeah.
If she carries on and gets into the box, you could score a goal there. That's a big body check, that is, isn't it?
Is that enough for a penalty for you, Paul?
No. There was a gap there. She's tried to sneak away into the gap, and that's exactly what happened. And just the coming together, just blocking her out, but no foul. That happens.
So Pei picks herself up.
Substitution as well, I think, from Mongolia early doors here.
Wow, that's the earliest change I think we've seen. And Laura Tom, of course, that's why, because she sustained that injury earlier on. Unfortunately, that is it for her in this match. And Doljin Surunu came on as well in the last game. Now, will she take on that number 10 role?
You see, you tell me that's right. Laos kicked the ball out.
And they've got to be returning it, don't they?
You don't have to, don't get me wrong.
No.
It's not in the rules. These games have been played in good spirit.
Generally. It's a decent ball across here to Solongo. She really didn't have too much support.
Easy pickings there for the keeper yet again. Katalavari, absolutely no problems from her.
I think that was hopeful at best from Undral. Well, I think they trod on the ball there, didn't she?
Where's the foul?
Igmagard.
Well, you can see she's hopping, that's why, because she trod on the ball. You'll see it here, watch. Is the contact? No. She's trod on the
shoulder,
ball.
wasn't it? Yeah. Didn't seem to be a foul.
Wasn't a foul.
Again, that ball where the Mongolian defence just very, very unsure of themselves. And Pei got an important touch here. Gonna cut in, and oh, that is such a unfortunate outcome for her, because she deserves another goal with what she's shown so far in these 29 minutes.
I knew exactly what she was going to do once that ball had gone in there. She's going to check back and try and bend it in the far corner, because the defence has been all over the place again for Mongolia. Good play from Pei. She knows it. She is probably the most intelligent player I have seen in this tournament so far. The way she plays, the runs she makes, the pace she has, the ability to deliver as well. Very, very good player.
Yeah, keep an eye out for her the rest of this tournament. You heard it here first. And it was, again, it was one of those balls, wasn't it? Those aerial balls that they struggle with, and seems to be a little bit of a collision here. Amin Oyu is down.
Just the ball on the nose. That's all.
Yeah,
She can't think she was kicked in the face.
That should be fine.
No, it's good to see her get up and get on with it. Sometimes as defenders you have to put your head where you don't want to. It's in the number of scars I've got on my head.
Again, just going for it! And I tell you what, there are some keepers we've seen in this tournament that wouldn't have done as well as that.
That is a very good save. because it was very high. She managed to get the arm all the way up and managed to bring it straight back down, knowing red shirts were coming at her, to get it at that second attempt. That was a very, very good save from Munksall.
Very important there from Munksall, because that would have made it 3.
There it is, looped all the way in, and she just gets enough on it, but then gets it at the second attempt. And see who's coming in? Apatsala, watch. You know, I told you, these girls don't back down from Laos.
And they'll be happy so far. And again, it shouldn't be. The Laotians first! That's a goal. Now they're saying it's handball. They may have had a case, in fact, in the build-up to their goal. It's still a very good finish from the skipper of Laos. It looks like the goal will stand, but it certainly appeared to be a handball, and they're looking a forlorn unit now, Mongolia. 3-0 after half an hour.
I think you might have seen something that I didn't. Honestly, Shazad, I'm not sure that there's a handball. I may apologise in a second, but I may not. Ball's been played in. It's flicked up. It did hit the hand, but is it deliberate? That's the first thing. Yep, it's hit the hand, and she's managed to use it to gain an advantage. For me, you're absolutely spot on. You've got a bit more of an acute angle from your seat than I do. I know we're sitting next to each other, but your angle's just a little bit tighter.
They call me the human VAR, Miss. But in all seriousness, I mean, we can't begrudge them the 3rd goal, though, Mace. It was coming, wasn't it?
No, they deserve more.
Yeah.
And there will be more. I'm telling you now, there'll be more.
This could be the biggest scoreline of the tournament thus far.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think we may see that change tomorrow if Bangladesh can get their goal-scoring shoes on, having 22 shots on target.
Yes, good point.
So I don't think that Laos are that close to it. They may, well, 33 I think they had in that opening game.
33 in total, 22 on target. Paul, so you're saying now, by the end of this game, that record could well be broken?
It could be, yeah. It could be. But I don't know whether it will. I think Mongolia may just dig in. It may just dig in.
So we've had 8 so far. There's going to be a fair bit more. Remember, it accelerated a lot in this second half, didn't it, of that Bangladesh game? So
yeah, but Laos have the option to either go for it, or just to take their foot off the gas. They've got a game in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
So
good point.
Again, like I said, players know mentally. They understand the game. They know what's coming up, and the bodies can do it. The bodies can do it. 2 games in 3 days, it isn't going to kill it. You ask any player, professional in the world, you ask these girls, would you rather play a match or would you rather train?
Yeah, of course.
And do you know what? I'm telling you now, 100% across the board, 100. Not even 0.000001 will say they want to train. Everybody wants to play matches, so you can get yourself up for a game. You don't get yourself up for training. You have to do that. That's your work. That's your job.
Yeah, absolutely right. Everyone would rather play than train, that's for sure.
Like you wouldn't believe. Honestly.
So they've got problems here now, the Mongolians. What would they do now, Paul? How do they contain this? I mean, are you looking now at... Because now the score's 3-0, right? It's the exact same scoreline that they beat the Tajiks by.
I don't think they can contain them.
You really don't think they can, can they?
I think that Pei is too intelligent up front, and you've got now the girl that scored 2 goals, Apasala, who's on fire as well, and she works incredibly hard and links it all up. I'll tell you, the one for me to watch as well is the little girl in the middle of the park, the 21, Punatip. You watch her movement and you watch her passing. Very, very intelligent player.
Yeah, I mean, we've got ourselves an interesting situation here, because Tajikistan now thinking, well, of course they still have to try and beat Laos, which is in itself going to be a very, very tough call. I think Paul's already letting us know what he thinks of that one as he come across again. Intida, again, they're using that width brilliantly, especially on this right-hand side.
The passing, you look again, we mentioned this the other day, didn't we, about teams and the way they pass the ball. And Bangladesh were doing it, they're knocking the ball in, they're fizzing it in. It's not roll, roll, roll. It's boom. There you go. You deal with the ball, and it makes for sharp play, sharp minds, sharp activity from your strikers.
And what they are struggling to do at the moment, Mongolia, is even get 2 or 3 passes strung together. They certainly can't even get out of their half at the moment.
I think they're struggling to get 1 pass together at the moment. That's better.
Now, there you go, a couple of passes. That's more like it.
That is exactly what they did in their opening game.
Correct.
Which was to go ding, 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 play on the right, and then that big booming switch from Undral. But they can't get away with it with the Laos side because they've seen the first game and they're dropping in. They have the pace to deal with it.
You just picked up on a tip there. Just again showed what she can do. Oh, and a bit of a mistake from Dalgazaya. She's under pressure here from Vadi. That's more like the Dalgazaya we saw in the first game. Well, she went down rather too easily, and credit to the referee, she's not falling for that one. Again, great work, and just the finishing, that was left a little bit to be desired.
Well, the smallest player on the pitch flattens the biggest player on the pitch. Watch this. There you go. She's won the ball and she's got trod on. So surely that's a foul the other way. Not a foul for Mongolia. I think she's fallen awkwardly though. Let's hope that she's okay.
Yeah, awkward fall there for Dalgazaya, and they certainly don't want to be losing their big defender. What an excellent start to this game Laos have had. Bangamata U19 Women's Gold Cup well and truly underway. This is the final team that we have yet to see, or yet to play a full game, Laos, and they have been right up there, along with Bangladesh, the most impressive side. And I think that's going to be, if they ever do meet, those two will be a fantastic match.
I'm shocked, honestly. I'm really shocked at the way that Laos have gone into this game and the way that they're playing. I'm really, really happy and pleased and surprised, because I did not, I'll be honest, I did not expect them to be playing the way that they're playing, and that's more for me. That's my fault. But I tell you what, it's a very, very pleasant surprise. It really, really is. What a good little team this is.
And you still feel there is more to come from them. Yeah, is Solongo. Stopped in the tracks by Villenton.
Told you 20 minutes ago what the final's going to be. That's in my opinion. I may be wrong.
I agree actually with you. Anuta's gone down. Didn't see too much wrong with that.
No foul throw in this game. We've only had the 8 in the tournament so far.
There's a rare effort, no problems at all. The shot from Dolgen Suren, who's come on for Lorna Tom.
There could always be an issue because they do have power in the legs, the Mongolians, so they can strike a ball, and if they shoot from distance...
That's onside, is it? No, just off for Solongo Egbata. But there's exactly what you were saying they tried to do.
That's close. That is a little bit closer than I think a lot of people would think. Solongo almost getting in there. I don't think she was a million miles away there.
We'll have another look at that in a short while, Paul. But here come the Laotians again. Lovely play up to Pair. Oh, brilliant from Pair. Oh, and it just needed that final touch. It's still alive here for Laos. Intida.
Oh, well played.
Oh, that again. It was just waiting to be buried. They know it. Look at the anticipation on their faces. Flying challenge in from Undral. And there's that ball again. No one's going after it this time.
You watch the intelligence from Intida there on that occasion, where she picked the ball up again and pulled it back square for Vade. Instead of whipping it in, instead of shooting, it was a measured pass. Very good. Very, very good.
Good touch on from Pe. Has Apatsala. Does brilliantly. Oh, what a turn from Apatsala. She's found a way through. And again, it's last gasp stuff from Aminoyu. And they are backs to the wall at the moment, Mongolia, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and they're suffering as well. The heat obviously starting to take its toll. As you mentioned at the very start, Chez, and you're absolutely spot on. The Laotians are more used to these conditions. They'll have trained day in, day out in hotter conditions than it is now, because it's the evening, it's a bit cooler.
Well, Laos were the last team to get here, and you can understand why, because they're only playing today, Thursday, but they've had a few days as well just to maybe get used to things, and it's showing. Yes, Bear! We know she has no hesitation in taking shots.
Just a little bit clumsy, I think. Just trying to put too much in on it rather than just stroking it. There, bang. It's high, it's wide. That's the third shot she's hit over the crossbar. And she's had 2 set plays that have gone over the top as well. So she's trying a little bit too hard. When you consider the way she scored her first goal, the composure that she showed, it's surprising.
Yeah, it's been excellent from her. And I tell you what, we say this pretty much every game, Paul. There's only 3 minutes left. We've really enjoyed this one, haven't we?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I tell you, I'm not being funny, Pei reminds me of Shopner. Those two are very, very similar players.
Best 2 forwards for you so far?
Leading the line extremely well and really giving good account of themselves.
I think you and I would have quite a treat coming up with the 11 of the tournament, because there have also been some individual players and some of the teams that have struggled. Shad, for instance, from the UAE. We were very impressed with her.
Yeah, but over the 2 matches, she was missing.
She was quite anonymous, wasn't she?
She was in the first game, but I tell you that for an hour yesterday, she was a country mile the best player on the pitch.
Yep.
By a country mile.
She ran them ragged, didn't she?
Oh. That jinking run that she had was
brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Could have been the goal of the tournament. Again, just brilliant touches.
No. That, I'm afraid, somebody was in an offside position in the middle,
but not interfering.
But nowhere near the ball. Apatsala was running from deep. That's not offside.
Pair just falls over. Ball is just kicked away at the moment. It is. Here we go.
Onside. It's Pei who's off. When it's played forwards, she's a good 2-3 yards onside. That is a poor official decision.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's the lines person as well. It's not the ref.
Well, they're looking not so good at the moment, Mongolia. Half-time talk for something like this to a team that's been totally played off the park, Paul. What would you do? How do you raise them for the second half? Is it containment? Is that the message?
No, you've still got to try and impose yourself and play your brand.
Yeah.
You've got to deal with things a lot better. I mean, the first thing you need to do is to go and get the bus from outside and come and park it in front of the goal to stop it. No, I mean that's going a little bit too far. I think what Mongolia need to do is they need to get closer. What they do, they're standing off players. Now, if you stand off players and give them time, they can hurt you and they can kill you.
Do you want them tighter on players like Pei?
They've got to go closer.
Badi and Absala.
Absolutely spot on. Get closer, and maybe you just have to put a tackle in here or there to let them know they're in a game.
2 minutes left. She has been excellent tonight. And I think you, at one point, you counted, was it 8 blue jerseys around her and Buddy and Apatsala?
Yep,
and they were all struggling.
Yep,
there was 8.
They couldn't get close. Couldn't get close to them. And now in the middle of the park again, who's digging away? It's little Ponatip.
There are 2 minutes of added time, about a minute and a half left now. Can they maintain this in the second half, Laos? Oh, that's a brilliant ball. You can see what the idea was. It will be a little bit difficult for Intida to get there. But again, it's a right idea. Solongo does well to keep it in. No, it has just gone out.
I tell you, Intida wouldn't like the clappers there. She nearly got there. She really did. The ball, the angle of the ball was just a little bit too much towards the box rather than a little bit wider. If they'd been 2 yards further to the right and a little bit wider, she got right on the end of that.
Mongolia looking for that half-time whistle. That looked suspiciously like a foul throw. Hasn't been given. Now, can they put pressure here? Was there a little yank back from Dolgen Surin?
I think she just got underneath her and she's just landed awkwardly on her back there. Ref might as well blow the whistle for half time. See there, just the arm coming across her and pushing her down. That's Lanoi that's on the floor.
Landed a little bit awkwardly on her shoulder.
But she's the one who went and attacked that header when it was drilled, not only from the corner, just then up in the air, won the header. Then she gets flattened, goes on her back, jumps straight back up. This is a no-nonsense Laos team, let me tell you. And these girls are absolutely serious about winning this tournament.
So at the end of the 45, it is an impressive half here from Laos. The dark horses, who very little information on them coming in, but they have surprised us all and put on an excellent display. Half-time here at the Bangamata U19 National Stadium. It's Laos 3, Mongolia 0.
ভ্রমণে রাস্তা পারাপারে দেখুন বারে বারে দুর্গম পথে চলুন একসাথে সৈকতে মেতে উঠুন আনন্দে জেনে শুনে নিয়ম মেনে সাহসিকতায় সাবধানতায় মেতে উঠুন নির্ভাবনায় নিরাপত্তায় সর্বদাই আপনিও থাকুন আমাদের সাথে আপনি সচেতন তো নিরাপদ ভ্রমণ বাংলাদেশ ট্যুরিজম বোর্ড
Some people view life as a gamble. I consider it a game with alliances, journeys, goals, aims, achievements, and finally breaking through to the highest level of success. Introducing UCB Imperial, a priority banking service for the ones who have earned it.
পরের ম্যাচে আমরা আরো ভালো খেলব।
Any more question?
জি আপনি।
সাকিব ভাই, ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনবো কিভাবে?
আপনার যে কোনো ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট থেকে ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনতে পারেন, অনলাইনে অথবা ব্যাংকে গিয়ে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
ধন্যবাদ। আরো বিস্তারিত জানতে ভিজিট
কি রে সকিনা, তুই সিএনজি চালাইতেছস?
এই দিন আর নাই, মাইয়ারা এখন সব পারে।
তা তো বুঝলাম, কিন্তু তুই সিএনজি চালান হিগলি করতে?
ও ভাই, তুমি তো দেই ঘুমাইতাছো, বিনা পয়সায় মহিলাদের মোটর ড্রাইভিং ট্রেনিং দিতাছে।
শেখ হাসিনার 12টা, নারী পুরুষ সমতা।
Some people view life as a gamble. I consider it a game with alliances, journeys, goals, aims, achievements, and finally breaking through to the highest level of success. Introducing UCB Imperial, a priority banking service for the ones who have earned it.
আমরা শান্তিপূর্ণভাবে হরতাল পালন করছি। আপনারা আমাদের হুইপকে পেট করার চেষ্টা করেছে।
সম্মানিত অতিথি, আমাদেরকে একটা বিরতি দিয়ে দাও। সম্মানিত অতিথি, যখন সবাই শুধু বলতে চায়, কেউ শোনে না কারো কথা, তখন সমকাল সবার কথা শোনে, বলে সবার কথা। সমকাল, অসংকোচ প্রকাশের দুরন্ত সাহস।
কি রে সকিনা, তুই সিএনজি চালাইতেছস?
এই দিন আর নাই, মাইয়ারা এখন সব পারে।
তা তো বুঝলাম, কিন্তু তুই সিএনজি চালান হিগলি করতে?
ও ভাই, তুমি তো দেই ঘুমাইতাছো, বিনা পয়সায় মহিলাদের মোটর ড্রাইভিং ট্রেনিং দিতাছে।
শেখ হাসিনার 12টা, নারী পুরুষ সমতা।
ঠিক আছে পাগল ছাগল, কি এর সামনে তো 25 বলে 40 রান করে।
যখন সবাই শুধু বলতে চায়, কেউ শোনে না কারো কথা, তখন সমকাল সবার কথা শোনে, বলে সবার কথা। সমকাল, অসংকোচ প্রকাশের দুরন্ত সাহস।
পরের ম্যাচে আমরা আরো ভালো খেলব।
Any more question?
জি আপনি।
সাকিব ভাই, ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনবো কিভাবে?
আপনার যে কোনো ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট থেকে ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনতে পারেন, অনলাইনে অথবা ব্যাংকে গিয়ে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
ধন্যবাদ। আরো বিস্তারিত জানতে ভিজিট জি আপনি।
সাকিব ভাই, ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনবো কিভাবে?
আপনার যে কোনো ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট থেকে ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনতে পারেন, অনলাইনে অথবা ব্যাংকে গিয়ে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
ধন্যবাদ। আরো বিস্তারিত জানতে ভিজিট
উন্নয়নের মহাসড়কে বাধাহীন যোগাযোগে প্রয়োজন সংযোগ। সেই সংযোগ স্থাপনে সেতু বিভাগ এবং এর আওতাধীন বাংলাদেশ সেতু কর্তৃপক্ষের প্রচেষ্টায় প্রমত্তা পদ্মায় তৈরি হচ্ছে গর্বের সেতু পদ্মা সেতু। কর্ণফুলী নদীর তলদেশের টানেল, যানজট নিরসনে ঢাকা এলিভেটেড এক্সপ্রেসওয়ে, ঢাকা আশুলিয়া এলিভেটেড এক্সপ্রেসওয়ে, বাস র্যাপিড ট্রানজিট ও ঢাকা সাবওয়ে। তৈরি হয়েছে সুদীর্ঘ বঙ্গবন্ধু সেতু, বাংলাদেশ সড়ক সংযোগের আধুনিক দিগন্তে।
Some people view life as a gamble. I consider it a game with alliances, journeys, goals, aims, achievements, and finally breaking through to the highest level of success. Introducing UCB Imperial, a priority banking service for the ones who have earned it.
পরের ম্যাচে আমরা আরো ভালো খেলব।
Any more question?
জি আপনি।
সাকিব ভাই ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনবো কিভাবে?
আপনার যে কোনো ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট থেকে ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনতে পারেন, অনলাইনে অথবা ব্যাংকে গিয়ে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
ধন্যবাদ। আরো বিস্তারিত জানতে ভিজিট
Some people view life as a gamble. I consider it a game with alliances, journeys, goals, aims, achievements, and finally breaking through to the highest level of success. Introducing UCB Imperial, a priority banking service for the ones who have earned it.
If your CNG cylinder hasn't been tested within 5 years of installation, then bring your vehicle to Intraco CNG Retest Workshop and get your CNG cylinder tested today. At Intraco Retest Workshop, the CNG cylinders are inspected and tested by expert engineers to ensure the cylinders are fully safe and secure for your car. If any defects found, they get fixed and repaired immediately. For your peace of mind, book your vehicle today for testing at Intraco Retest Workshop.
যানজট থেকে মুক্তির কার্যকর ও আধুনিক সমাধান সাবওয়ে সিস্টেম। তাই কোটি মানুষের মেগা শহর ঢাকার যানজট নিরসনে শুরু হয়েছে সাবওয়ে বা আন্ডারগ্রাউন্ড মেট্রো নির্মাণের সম্ভাব্যতা সমীক্ষা। দ্রুততম ও পরিবেশ বান্ধব এই সাবওয়ে নির্মাণ পরিবহন ব্যবস্থায় আনবে যুগান্তকারী পরিবর্তন। যাতায়াত হবে যানজটমুক্ত, নিরাপদ, আরামদায়ক, সময় ও অর্থ সাশ্রয়ী। আরও আধুনিক হয়ে উঠবে আমাদের প্রাণের শহর ঢাকা। শেখ হাসিনার অবদান, ঢাকা সাবওয়ে যানজটের সমাধান।
পরের ম্যাচে আমরা আরো ভালো খেলব।
এনি মোর কোয়েশ্চেন?
জি আপনি।
সাকিব ভাই ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনবো কিভাবে?
আপনার যে কোনো ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট থেকে ইউপি ওয়ালেটে টাকা আনতে পারেন, অনলাইনে অথবা ব্যাংকে গিয়ে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
ধন্যবাদ। আরো বিস্তারিত জানতে ভিজিট
পাগল ছাগল কি এর সামনে তো সে না 25 বলে 40 রান করে।
যখন সবাই শুধু বলতে চায় কেউ শোনে না কার কথা, তখন সমকাল সবার কথা শোনে, বলে সবার কথা। সমকাল, অসংকোচ প্রকাশের দুরন্ত সাহস।
If your CNG cylinder hasn't been tested within 5 years of installation, then bring your vehicle to Intraco CNG Retest Workshop and get your CNG cylinder tested today. At Intraco Retest Workshop, the CNG cylinders are inspected and tested by expert engineers to ensure the cylinders are fully safe and secure for your car. If any defects found, they get fixed and repaired immediately. For your peace of mind, book your vehicle today for testing at Intraco Retest Workshop.
সমস্যা যেমনই হোক না কেন, সমাধান বেশ সহজ। যেমন দারুণ ট্রাফিক পার হয়ে ব্যাংকে না গিয়ে আপনি ব্যবহার করতে পারেন ঢাকা ব্যাংক গো অ্যাপ। এছাড়া ব্যাংকে যাওয়ার সময় বাঁচিয়ে ফ্রেন্ডসদের সাথে হ্যাং আউট, ফ্যামিলির সাথে ঘুরতে যাওয়া কিংবা একান্ত নিজের জন্য কিছু সময় খুব সহজেই আপনি বের করতে পারবেন যদি আপনি ব্যবহার করেন ঢাকা ব্যাংক গো অ্যাপ। ঢাকা ব্যাংক, এক্সেলেন্স ইন ব্যাংকিং।
Some people view life as a gamble. I consider it a game with alliances, journeys, goals, aims, achievements, and finally breaking through to the highest level of success. Introducing UCB Imperial, a priority banking service for the ones who have earned it.
কিরগিজস্তান বনাম বাংলাদেশ দেখবেন 26 এপ্রিল সন্ধ্যে 6টায়।
Welcome back to the Bangamata National Stadium here for the Bangamata U19 Women's International Gold Cup. Laos are thrashing Mongolia 3-0 at half-time. This is the second match in Group A, and they are looking very good at the moment. We're expecting more goals. More on that game in just a short while. But now let's hear from Barrister Biplop Barua, the Special Assistant to the Honourable Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
I'm joined now by Barrister Biplop Barua, Special Assistant to the Honourable Prime Minister of Bangladesh. How do you feel about being involved in a tournament of this nature, supporting young women?
Actually, Bangamata Begum Faziluddinessa Mujib was the wife of the father of the nation, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and actually who was killed brutally along with her husband, our father of the nation, in 15 August 1975, who helped Sheikh Mujib to turn into Bangabandhu, doing so many things. I'm very delighted that Bangladesh Football Federation is hosting an international football event under her name. And you know, Bangladesh is a footy nation, and the Bangladeshi people, they love football, though people consider us as a cricket-loving nation. I think this tournament will help us to inspire the young women's girls, you know, to play more football. Though the audience is not, you know, the satisfactory, but I hope and believe that in the coming days, the tournament will be one of the very significant international event, you know, for the Bangladesh and also for the, you know, the football lovers as well.
Thank you so much for your support and for your time this evening, and we hope to see you on Friday.
You are welcome, and also, you know, I thank the organizer, you know, to invite me, you know, to be here this evening. Thank you.
Good to get the thoughts there of the Barrister Biplop Barua, the Special Assistant to the Honourable Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Now back to action on the pitch. The lights are shining bright there for Laos, and these are the stats at the moment. It is overwhelmingly, Paul Macefield, in their favour.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that literally from the first couple of minutes, didn't we? They came out all guns blazing. They took the game to Mongolia. We thought the physicality might be a problem or an issue, but it certainly hasn't been. And they've given just as good as they've taken, to be fair, the Laotians. So, yeah, they've been the better side, and the stats back that up, as you would expect.
We're just waiting to see if there have been any changes. Doesn't look like there will be for now. Oh, we can just tell you that Laos have brought on Montip in the second half. So Montip has come on, and I think you were telling me that maybe for the second game they would start to think about changes. And she has come on, we can tell you, for Intida, who had some good moments as well, but maybe, Paul, they're already thinking ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, it could be. Just give some fresh legs out there as well. Another player the opportunity to get some minutes under their belt. It wouldn't surprise me if they make all the changes before the hour mark to rest one or two key vital players as well, like the young lady there in the middle of the park, Ponatip, and possibly Pei.
Here's Villinton. And we hardly, I have to say, we hardly mentioned anyone of that back four for apart from Lanoy, I think, and that was when she was attacking balls, and that's a great one across. Onside is it here? Here's Pei, who needed a little bit more composure in front of goal, and that could have been number 4.
Should have scored there by her lofty standards as well, you can see, but what a great move it was. It was a sweeping move from right to left. Pei in behind. Was she offside? That was very close. Just enough pressure there coming from Amin, meaning that Pei pulled the shot wide. But again, it's Laos that's starting the second 45 minutes, like they finished the first.
Ooh. Oh, a couple of Laotians have gone down. So just to confirm that Montip Sisaket is on for Intida Kunsi.
Ouch, that was a big collision there on Ponatip. What does she do? She just bounces straight back up and gets on with it. That's always good to see.
I think that's really been their trademark so far, hasn't it, Paul? Anytime they've been brought down, they back up again, aren't they?
Correct.
Here is Vadi, also been very impressive. She's gone for goal. That's a great hit. And you've got to say, a very good recovery there from Mungsul. That's twice now she's pushed it onto the bar.
What a great save that it was, by the way. Stunning strike from Vadi. It really, really was. Keeper's done ever so well here. Gets just enough on it. Oh, that's disappointing for Montip. Could have scored literally 2 minutes into the second half like they did at the beginning of the first.
Well, danger back here again. They're all backing off. Needed to be a better ball across. And Mungsul is a very, very busy keeper today. But she's pulled off a double save earlier, and yes, Montip, she's got to score that. And there's that ball again. But Antalavadai has been very good and coming out early.
They do play a similar style in a similar way to Bangladesh, don't they? Where they try and get it down, they try to get it wide, they try and use the striker as much as possible. The keeper is pushed a little bit higher up the field of play to join in as well. That's why I think that would be an intriguing final if those two do go on to top the groups and do manage to progress through the semi-finals. Good ball.
There's an overlap there if they can get the ball across, and well, they've missed the opportunity. But here's Montip. Now to Vadi. Dargazaya just shielding the ball, and Mungsul gets there. She's pulled off 2 important saves for her side.
Montip getting beyond the strikers again.
There's Solongo. Left by Enkmagad.
They're technically good though, aren't they, as well? The Laotian side. The control, the passing, the pattern of play, the way they play, they understand each other.
Again, here's Pe. She's got great pace about her, Pe. And that is a fantastic finish. Arguably the finish of the tournament so far. And Pe makes no mistake. It's 4-0 to Laos. And they are absolutely cruising here.
When that ball was played just into her, there was only ever going to be one result. Dargazaya just can't get anywhere near her. It's the pace that she just moves away, creates the angle, but then look at the speed of the strike. Watch the backlift, the big backlift, and boom, straight through the ball, giving Mungsul no chance whatsoever in goal. But the impressive start for Lao continues.
Well, this has been excellent from Pe and Laos, lashing that ball in, and what a superb strike that was. And there is more to come. It is now the biggest win we've had in this tournament thus far.
Again, I know we say it, that should have been Bangladesh. The amount of opportunities they had was unbelievable. Just hope, and I'm pretty sure they will have been practicing on the finishing this week.
Yep, they'll be wanting to be more clinical. Straight at Mungsul.
That was a little test of that. That was tried to be dropped just in front of her to see if she's got enough to be able to take the ball. Oh, mistake.
Now they're just trying to clear their lines, and rare bit of action for Sasamon. Her teammate is down though.
Well, that's the first mistake they've made in the game, defensively.
Remember, Mongolia hammered Tajikistan in their first game, so just wonder if Laos field anything like their first 11, what kind of game that could be coming up.
they may rest a few players.
Yeah.
I think give the squad the opportunity to have a little bit of game time. Like we said, they're serious. They're coming here to win the tournament. They're not come here to make up the numbers, Laos. So I don't think there'll be 10 changes, but I'm sure there'll be 4 or 5 just to give the others a chance to play. They've earned the right to do that.
Anuta's done well. Here's Vadi. I didn't see too much wrong with that one, but it is a foul by Urintuya.
Yeah, just clipped up from behind, just caught up there. I think it was actually, yeah, it was Urintuya.
Here's Undral. Undral has been very, very deep today, Paul. We saw further advance, didn't we? She scored a goal as well, but she was great at distributing the ball. She just hasn't been able to do that today.
No, they've lost the midfield battle because they haven't been able to get close to the likes of Vadi, Anuta and Bonatip.
Again, excellent work. Here's Per. Brilliant from Per. And it's a great ball. Oh, just not enough on it. They'll get a corner instead, but Per just showing why she is so dangerous.
Unbelievable. Again, great work from Per. Just that defence splitting pass.
Now, can they get something from this corner? This is their second of the match. Didn't quite get the right connection on that, Sesamon.
Not afraid to attack the ball though. That's another defender coming up for a set play that goes and attacks the ball and is positive with the head up.
Solongo. Villenton up towards Rafat Salah, but she hasn't really gotten as involved this time, and almost a way through for Enkmagad. Seemed to have ball in the process and a foul. They're just crashing in there, Enkmagad. Fouls, well, they haven't let up in that department, Mongolia, except it was far more effective in the first game than it was in this one, Paul.
They just can't get close to them, can they?
Well, Per almost through. And they just panic every time she's on the ball, and it will be another corner.
Interesting if we get a penalty. 2 players on 2 goals each.
Yeah. Top scorers. Approaching 60% here, the possession, and look who it is. Sesamon got to the header first, did well there. Once again, they just find it so hard to get out of their own half, Mongolia. This should be straightforward for Patalavadi. Oh, and she's closed down here, but she should be able to get there first. Not sure why she didn't decide to just pick that up. Use her hands. Goalkeeper. 50%, 57% the possession at the moment. Looks like the changes coming now. Double change. So Bachumeg is on to replaces Urintuya. I thought there might be another change, but just the one for now. So Laos about to make a change, I think, as well. We'll, I've just done it. We'll confirm that for you shortly as the action continues here. Can confirm that Bachumeg is on for Urintuya. Really good control of the ball. Here's Delgazaya. Too much on that, and it's offside as well.
Well, that's where players can get injured. There's a time and a place, and if you've just got to put your flag up to do it, then you have to. Well, skipping through to the keeper. Just let the referee make the decision there then.
Now Pe again. Look at that pace from Pe. Unselfishly plays the ball across. Needed to be a better delivery from her though. To Apat Salah, who has been very, very quiet. I've got to say, after what she did in the first half. It was good work once again from Vadi, but failed to control it at the end. Sesamon. Now Apat Salah.
In the one person we haven't really mentioned at all throughout the whole of this match, Serangarov.
Yeah, she just hasn't had the ball.
Just hasn't had a touch. She hasn't been close to anything.
And we were talking about it so much in that previous game, weren't we?
She was lively, she was exciting, she was creating issues and problems. And it's amazing, has hardly touched the ball today.
And that is a testament really to how good Laos have been. Cut that service off to her. Again, look at that, Pet. Brilliant from her. Now, will she cross the ball? No, she's gone for goal, and Apat Salah was in a great position there.
She had the right to do that, though, by the way that she took the ball on. She created the angle, tried to do the keeper at the near post, but just couldn't find the back of the net.
She's so direct, isn't she, Paul? She gets the ball, she'll run at players.
But you watch the way that she moved the ball. First with the inside of the foot, then a little flick with the outside of the foot. It's frightening. It's frightening. And the pace that's injected as well. Very, very quick.
There's certainly more to come from Pe, we feel. Just over the hour, Laos have increased their lead here, 4-0. You still get the feeling that there'll be more to come. Here's Villepon. Pretty combative there from Lanai. Undral gets stuck in. Oh, that's acrobatic. Nicely done there by Anuta. She's been nicely shielding that back four. Not that she's had too much of that kind of work to do. Enkmagad is doing well, but again, it's that solid defense. When called upon, which isn't too often, they've handled it very, very well.
Ball.
There's Apat Salah. Now Pei again. You can see exactly what she's trying to do, yeah. She's trying to take on everyone, isn't she?
Dragged it inside, then tried to flick it with the outside of the foot to go round the outside.
She wants to be involved in everything. Here's Pei again. And upon a tip. That's a good ball for Enkmagad. Angle isn't easy for her. It was a sliding challenge in from Lanoi.
It was a clumsy challenge.
Well, it could have been a penalty, that one.
Correct. Stay on your feet. Had the pace to get back in there and apply the pressure. Nice to see Mongolia having a little bit of a go here.
Yeah.
It's been their game the last 5 minutes. They've controlled it.
With Laos in such a comfortable position, you can't really blame them for just trying to take the foot off the pedal a little bit. Remember, their next game today is Thursday. Their next game will be on Saturday, so they'll only have one full day of rest, Paul. Laos.
It's a tournament.
Yep.
I told you, you'd rather play than train. Tomorrow, the ice baths, bit of a walk, get yourself in the swimming pool, little limbering, stretch it all out. Maybe just a little bit of shadow play the next morning. Just a team meeting, go through the tactics and the plan of what you want to do. Get back down here and get out there for 90 minutes.
There is a rest day, of course, on Sunday. So Vadi, what a good game she's had. Replaced by Pimpa Tongsavang. See, Pimpa pretty much takes up Vadi's position. There's the new player, Pimpa.
Not a bad ball in. Expected a runner or two to be in there from the Laos side.
There you go. Laos with the biggest win or biggest result so far in this tournament. We had a 3-0, of course. That was Mongolia's first result. They're now at the other end of a thrashing. Can again confirm that Pei and Apat Salah are the joint two top scorers in this tournament. 2 goals each. Incredibly, we had 8 different goal scorers prior to today. remember it was in the Bangamata, we had something like 15 different goal scorers until the final. Just lost that little bit of intensity in the last 7 to 10 minutes, which is, I guess, understandable. Laos don't really necessarily feel the need to impose themselves as much as they had earlier. And there seems to be a little air of resignation, perhaps, from the Mongolians. Also, I'm guessing they probably try to want to limit this now. Nothing more than 4 if they can.
Yeah, and you can see that the Laos side have taken their foot off the pedal. Happy to conserve a little bit of energy. Still playing some good stuff.
Offside is the shout here. Well, it's clear the 2 best footballing sides, and what I mean by that is, of course, the way they approach the game.
Flag going up there.
That didn't look offside, did it? Oh, by a long shot.
A couple of decisions that have been made tonight with offsides that were, shall we say, dubious. Well, wrong.
Montip, Valanoy rather, couldn't quite keep it in.
Tried to run around the ball, didn't she, and just try and help it back in with the outside of her foot.
He's a frustrated man, the Mongolian assistant coach. It's been that kind of day for them. By all indications, they should go through, given the earlier results ahead of Tajikistan. Over in the other group, of course, Bangladesh are ahead. You'd think Bangladesh should go through, so ahead of Kyrgyzstan. So I think it might be a Kyrgyzstan-Mongolia semi. Oh, sorry. Bangladesh, Mongolia semi, and Laos, Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, but still football to play.
Yeah, both the teams are through tomorrow, aren't they? Because the UAE lost both their games, but it's just who's going to finish top.
Yeah.
So that's going to be intriguing in itself. So there is something on that, because I don't.
You want to avoid Laos, don't you?
I don't think that you'll want to finish second in the group if you can help it, because obviously you want to play. You always got to beat the best teams in the tournament to win a tournament, but you'd rather it be the latter stage of the competition. And as this is only the 6 teams, you would rather that be the final than the semi-final.
Yeah, agreed. Upsala has gone off, and I just wonder whether she might be the one to take a break. She's been very, very quiet. She's worked ever so hard in the first half. An awkward little tweak there on her ankle, I think. Yeah, you can just see.
Yeah, just rolled it slightly.
Yeah, just wonder whether she might want a bit of a break. But play continues here.
Not worth risking it, is it? A couple of games coming up. May not be able to be fit for the next one, but you sure as eggs is eggs want to be fit for the semi-finals. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Trying to put a bit of pressure on there, Pimpa. Pei might be the other one that they might think of maybe giving a break to, but she's on a hat-trick, so is Apatsala. Let's not forget that.
So you've got to give a bit of credit to Mongolia, you know. They've dug in since they've conceded that 4th goal.
Yeah.
And this second half has been, apart from the first 5 minutes, has been a much better performance from them.
They've also had a few more forays up front, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, they're having a bit of a go. They're not backing down. It's always good to see.
There's Solongo. Doesn't have too much to look at. There's Sarangarov trying to go down the line. It's a poor pass from Solongo.
I tell you, it was the right pass. The fullback didn't push on.
Yeah, fair point. Oh, lovely, lovely layoff there. Montip. Well, look at that. Undra once again having to drop back. She's put in a shift today. Really has, the skipper. She's pretty much now one of the three at the back there, along with Aminoyu. It looks like Delgazai's also now just moved slightly further forward.
I think that's only just because she just got sucked out of position there.
Yeah, it's been at least a contained 20 minutes or so, hasn't it, for Mongolia? They've just not really allowed Laos in, but I think Laos on their part have also, as we said, took the foot off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah, the damage is done.
Yeah,
damage is done. So again, like you say, you've just got to be careful, because these Mongolian girls can still put a challenge in, so you'll want to protect yourself, which you have to do, particularly with games coming thick and fast.
Nicely done by Villenton. There's Pei again. Just drop back a little bit more now, Pei, allowing Montip and Pimpa to go slightly further forward. Foul there on Montip.
So that's more fouls for the Mongolian side again then.
I think they've certainly had the most fouls, haven't they?
Oh, I would think in the whole tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Ball arrowed in.
Just a little bit flat there from Pei, wasn't it? Needed a little bit more height on it.
Enkmakad's done well. Showed a little too much of the ball, and it's won back by Apatsala. Finally, Sarangarov gets a touch on the ball. And there's one of those quick upfield passes. Too much on it.
And you could see there, couldn't you, Enkmakad just saying, I've got to chase this down, because otherwise they're just going to keep the ball there. It was one of those reluctant, oh, I've got to do this. It's difficult to explain.
No.
It's. I mean, you understand it, but it's difficult to explain to people out there listening. Where
it's a resigned, oh dear.
You don't want to do it,
no,
but you know you've got to, because
yeah.
if you don't, the coach will absolutely hammer you for at least not going and closing down.
Pimpa stopped in the tracks by Delgazaya. Just about 15 minutes or so left. Lanoy coming further forward. We haven't seen the fullbacks really bomb forward here. Lanoy and Villenton, to be fair.
Save your legs.
Yeah. Gone for the shot. Pair from deep. You prefer this deeper role?
No.
You want it further up, don't you?
Yeah. I want to play him right on that last player.
Yeah.
And I want to play in on Delgazai, and I want those balls to be played just in behind and just in and around, or occasionally when she comes short, give it to her feet, let her turn and get at her. Because I think that's
where she's best at. Yeah,
that's what she's done the first half, and now she's just been withdrawn a little bit.
Interesting, that one. Oh, Solongo wanted something there, and I'll tell you what, it was pretty nicely done by Ponatip, who's on the ball here. Now Montip.
The thing is, Pei's that good, she can play anywhere.
True.
She really can. You know, her feet are so quick.
Well, the ball's bounced over here. Abad Salah. They'll get a corner.
There's that big diagonal. And again, just getting caught with the bounce there was Ian Zaya.
No rush now, finally. Someone coming over to take the corner. Oh, very nicely done. Abad Salah. Oh, she's lost her footing there. She's got that all wrong.
Which is too easy, isn't it? I mean,
too easy.
No one player goes out to close, but that's just too easy. You do have to feel a little bit there for Julian Soren, because at the end of the day, she's had to deal with that on her own. And do you go and close the player that's made the run, or do you close the ball? First of all, you've got to stop that line, so you can't let her get past you there.
Yeah.
If they pass it out, then you've got to go and close down. But you've got to make a decision, not be half-hearted there. And when I say that, that's no disrespect to her. She was caught in two minds.
Yeah.
Do I do this or do I do that? You have to be positive with one of those moves.
Fair to say, Paul, that as we hit the 80-minute mark, that it's just, out of all the second halves we've had, it's the least intense, as it were.
But I'd agree, but it's been very, very technical, particularly from the Mongolians trying to shut everything down. They've got a little bit closer, they're winning the battle in the middle of the park, they're picking up second balls, they just can't get anything going in the final third. That's been their problem.
I suppose the positive for them will be, well, we were 3-0 down in the first, and we've limited it to 1 now. We just haven't been able to do anything else.
I'm sure they would have preferred a 0-0 score in the second half, but obviously that's not transpired because they've conceded a goal. There's a goal left in this, and it could be Mongolia's, you know. It really could. And I think on the balance of play this second half, I think they deserve to get a little bit of something from the game. They'll take heart from the way they performed this second 45 minutes. But to actually physically have something to show for that, which is a goal, I think they deserve that.
But the truth is, isn't it, Paul, Patalavadi has just not been tested once in this game, I don't think.
No, she hasn't.
There we go. This is the little one, and she's done that really well. And it may look like a standard catch, but unfortunately, Paul, that hasn't been the case for many of these matches.
She's excellent, by the way.
Big kick as well, huge kick. That one, that's a brilliant ball up there to Montip. Montip's done well. Oh, that's a foul. There's no doubt.
It's got to be a card. Has to be a card.
Well, that was a cynical challenge, surely. Montip's still on the ground.
No card. Skips past. She's taking her out. I mean, there's no intent to play the ball from Delgazaya. There, look, the nudge, the kick, everything. That is a nailed-on yellow card. Wow.
Well, that was in front of not just the referee, but the assistant as well. I think that's Uvena. But not given. 15 fouls now, Mongolia. They've gone for goal, that's brilliant! What a free kick that is! It's a rocket! It's 5, and Sesamon gets onto the score sheet.
Well, I said there was another goal in this. I just didn't think that it was going to go that way, but as you can see, like we said, they've taken their foot off the gas. They've got another gear to move into, and it's just epitomised by that. I mean, that's top draw in any league in the world. It's bent in, it's gone in that top corner at the near post, and the keeper had no chance.
No, I was going to say, we can't apportion any blame to Munksor, could we?
No.
Brilliant. Sasamon, Intapon now joins the growing list of scorers here for Laos. I mean, some of the finishing today, Paul, has been outstanding.
It really has, yeah. I wouldn't disagree at all. I like Pei, I like Abatsara, I really, really like Bonatip. They're three players that can cause issues and be very, very dangerous. And we've seen at the back, Lannoy not afraid to go and attack a ball. Sesamon doing exactly the same, going and winning headers, and you know, having a header as well that just almost hit the back of the net. They've looked solid in each department. I think that's the right thing to say.
Yeah, and I think this is perhaps, we've talked about the best two teams as we see a Mongolia free kick, but this is probably the difference. We talked about the best two teams in Bangladesh and Laos, but the difference is clinical and finishing.
Take your chances. That's it. You have to.
And we'll get more on that in a short while. First, let's see how Laos deal with this free kick. Well, they deal with it well. So someone clears it, and that's poor, I'm afraid. Needs to be better than that.
Just take a touch. I mean, was she expecting to volley it in the back of the net from there? I mean, the angle was against her. She had a little bit more time. And again, that just comes down to composure and knowing games and having game time. And the more you play, the more you'll learn and understand when to do it.
Plenty of space for Montip on that right-hand side. Remember, she's the one who won the free kick earlier. Got an important touch on there for Bear. It's almost when they want to turn it on, Paul.
That's why I said they've taken their foot off the gas, because the intensity level in that first 45 minutes, and they've earned the right to do this. Let me just say that first of all.
Yeah.
They don't have to have those intense levels for the full 90 minutes. They've had it for 45. The damage was done. It was 3 at half time, and it's been a thoroughly deserved victory.
Well, there's one of your favourite players today, Bonatip. She's replaced by Putsari Lungamat.
Tip. I do like the look of her. I like the way that she moves around the pitch. I like the way how she combats in midfield. I like the fact that a 2-yard pass to her, you can see when she's playing, is a good pass, and she knows it, but she doesn't stand still. She goes immediately to make an angle to try and get the ball back. She's an actual very, very intelligent little player.
Well, that could actually end up being a fairly decent ball for Salongo, but they've again dealt with it pretty well. Apatsalai helping at the back. Just a few minutes left here. She will be key along with Pe later on in this tournament. Back to Nobina Derne. Now Del Gazaya. Looks to get that up to Sarangarov, who's definitely had the least touches of any player in this match. Now Pe. She can go for a hat-trick here, remember. That was an important intervention there by Amin Oyu.
Yeah, again, just trying to use the pace to get in around the back. And you can see, disappointed with herself there, hitting herself on the head. There you go, that's why she's been bought off.
Yeah, Bonatip just hurt her neck. I think that was earlier on when she landed awkwardly, wasn't it? Much earlier on in the piece.
She's a very, very good player.
Putsari to take this. It's again a pretty decent corner. Now Pe. Montip just muscled off the ball. Can they need a little counter here? Butchimeg. Now Pe. That was the right idea. It's not quite the right execution.
Yeah, wrong weight on the ball, wasn't it? It was pushed in there rather than rolled. Spoke about that yesterday, didn't we? Where we saw certain players just kicking the ball and trying to tuck it up the line, and as opposed to striking it up the line. There is a difference. There are fine margins, but when you're playing professionally and you're playing in tournaments like this, you need to have it in your repertoire. A tuck, a pass, a ping, a drop, a dink. They're all little terms of being able to pass a ball either with pace or with accuracy. You like that, didn't you?
Do like that. Thank you. Synonyms, little words, key words from Paul Macefield. If you've got any others, contributions fully welcome. Talking of contributions, just been fantastic, an all-round performance from Laos. And Paul, I'd put you on the spot here. I mean, are they for you now the best team? I think just overall from what you've seen from the first full round of games.
I think Bangladesh slightly pipped them, if I'm being honest, because I think as an overall 90-minute performance, Bangladesh's performance was better. The consistency was there for the full 90. I mean, Laos have cruised this second 45 minutes, and they've earned the right to do so, and they are a very, very dangerous side.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful performance. They are a very, very good team as well. So I think we do have the two best teams, but if you were asking me after what we've seen so far, it's those two that stand out a country mile. But it's Bangladesh because of the 90-minute contribution.
I think they kept at it, didn't they? They never really took the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, that's why I just leaned towards them.
Yeah.
But again, it's a difficult one because that first half performance from Laos was phenomenal. That's the best 45 minutes we've seen.
Yeah.
But the best 90 minutes we've seen is Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I mean, that may be difficult for people to understand, but that's it. Oh, here we go. Foul throw, number 9.
We will get to double figures very soon, I'm sure. 3 minutes of out of time here at the Bangamata National Stadium. You are watching the Bangamata U19 Women's International Gold Cup 2019, presented by UCB and powered by UCash. Organised, of course, by the Bangladesh Football Federation and K Sports. The lead sponsors, we mentioned there, United Commercial Bank and UCash. Ball over the top here is Salongo.
They've got the game back though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Laos. I mean, there was a spell, like we said, that Mongolia had for 10-15 minutes where they kept it well, were creating a couple of opportunities themselves. And I think that sometimes that effort deserves to be rewarded, but it doesn't look as though they're going to get that reward tonight. But Laos have managed to just claw their way, or claw the game back away from Mongolia, and are starting to look good again.
Yeah, they've had their little moments, Mongolia, not many, but look at that, look at the pace there being shown by Pimpa. Not letting up at all, but we're inside out of time.
Yeah, but she's just come on as a sub, so if she didn't run, she'd come off and the coach would be saying,
why didn't you go for
is there any danger that you're going to run? I've only brought you on for 10 minutes. All the other girls are shattered and they give everything they've got. You're the fresh legs that need to go and close down.
Fair point.
Go and push on.
Oh, it's just some nice stuff being played here from Laos. Montip, every one of the substitutes that's come on has shown something.
A couple of headaches, isn't it, for Boone, the head coach from Laos? Does he stick with the starting 11 that he went with here, you know, as his best 11, or does he chop and change? Because as you mentioned, the subs have really performed well.
Here's one of them, Montip. She's been a real threat down that right-hand side. And Paul, I know you've got some good friends and contacts in Laos. I think you'll be on the phone texting them after this to congratulate them. What a great job's been done over there.
Yeah, I will. I mean, it's been a real rock-solid performance. First 45, I mean, it was like girls against women. we always say in the men's game, boys against men, it really was girls against women. And, you know, Laos were absolutely fantastic.
And I think we're also seeing the result, Paul, of what happens when you have the same kind of group playing together for 3-4 years together.
Yeah, there's an understanding, there's a mentality. It's there for all to see. And the way they play, the players know each other. And, you know, you get results because there's a bonding and there's a team togetherness.
Well, there you have it. The final whistle is gone. It has been the most complete domination by Laos today. They have been excellent, and you do feel, especially by that player there, Pe, you feel there is far more to come from this impressive side.
100%. I mean, this is just a stroll in the park for them. Let's not forget that Mongolia did win their opening game 3-0. And that was an absolute fantastic result. You've got a fear for Tajikistan because that's who Laos will play in the last game. It's only a couple of days break, and Tajikistan will have had an extra couple of days rest. But I still think this Laos side can go literally all the way to the final and hopefully give us a grandstand finish with Bangladesh.
Here are your stats for you. They're a little bit closer than they were at the end of the first half, and I think that was a combination of Mongolia just beginning to show what they can do, and Laos maybe taking the foot off the pedal. But still, look at that. How many shots? You weren't far off.
Yeah, the gauge mark was 33, right, which is Bangladesh, but they had 60% on target. That's only about 40%.
Yeah.
Just about around 40%. So that's slightly down, even on the opportunities that they've had there. But again, it's dominant on one side, except one thing, the fouls committed. And we always said all along, Mongolia were going to be strong, they were going to be physical, and let them know they were in a game.
So very, very well done there. Mongolia scoring 5 goals out of their 16 shots on target. Not a bad conversion rate. They're absolutely delighted. The Dark Horses have scored a massive victory here. The final score at the Bangamata National Stadium, it's Laos 5, Mongolia 0.
চোখে যত অবিরত স্বপ্ন খেলা করে ইচ্ছেরা প্রজাপতি উড়ুক ডানা মেলে স্বপ্ন আমার রং মাখাতে এসেছি ক্যাম্পাস স্টারে।
শীঘ্রই শুরু হচ্ছে RTV ডাবর ভাটিকা ক্যাম্পাস স্টার সিজন 2 এর অডিশন রাউন্ড। আমরা আসছি তোমাদের ক্যাম্পাসে, তোমরা তৈরি তো? বিস্তারিত জানতে চোখ রাখো RTVর পর্দায়। বাংলাদেশ ফায়ার সার্ভিস ও সিভিল ডিফেন্স যে কোনো দুর্যোগ দুর্ঘটনায় প্রথম সাড়াদানকারী সেবাধর্মী প্রতিষ্ঠান। গতির সেবা ও ত্যাগের মূলমন্ত্রে উজ্জীবিত হয়ে এই বিভাগের কর্মীরা দেশের প্রতিটি দুর্যোগ দুর্বিপাকে মানুষের সেবায় নিয়োজিত রয়েছেন। 4 মে 2019 আন্তর্জাতিক ফায়ার সার্ভিস ও সিভিল ডিফেন্স দিবস। ফায়ার সার্ভিস ও সিভিল ডিফেন্সের যেসব কর্মী জীবনের ঝুঁকি নিয়ে বিশেষ অবদান রাখছেন তাদের হাতে তুলে দেওয়া হবে RTV RR কাবেল নির্ভীক সম্মাননা 2019। চোখ রাখুন RTVর পর্দায়। সৌজন্যে RR কাবেল, ওয়ায়ার্স উইদাউট ওয়ারিজ।
ভাষা আমাদের লাগবেই। যেমন ভালোবাসা মানুষের জীবনে প্রয়োজন আছে, তেমনি ভালো একটা ভাষার প্রয়োজন আছে। পায়ে হাইটে ইটটা প্রেস্টিজ নষ্ট করে আমি সেটা পারবো না।
মানুষের বাড়ি থেকে থেকে লাত্তি কুত্তা খেতে পারবে, উনি পায়ে হেঁটে ভাষা খুঁজতে পারবে না।
আমার পিচ পিচ একটা গুন্ডা কিসিমের ছেড়া এই যে মুখে কালা কাপড় বাইন্দা লড়াইতেছে।
ওর কল্লা আমি ফালাই দেবো, তুই ক কেঠা
কত এসব পাগল ছাগল ধরে নিয়েছিস? হ্যাঁ, আই বৃষ্টি ঝেপে ধান দিব মেপে।
আপনি তো খুব ভাব করতেন আপনি আমাকে খুব পছন্দ করেন।
এর লেগে তাড়াতাড়ি পালাই গেছো গা।
এইসব কথা আবার মাসুম বাইরে কইতে যাও না। দেখা যাবে ইমোশনাল মানুষ সুইসাইড খায় বলছে।
আমার ছেড়ি আমার মায়ের নামে বদনাম করবো গেলা, কার এত বড় সাহস? জিগামো তো আরে যা
চমকে চলেছে একা পথে।
আপনি তো দেখতেছি খুব রোমান্টিক।
আমি বিয়ে করে ফেলেছি না, এখন তো মনে করো ওই সুন্দরী মেয়েদের সাথে আমার ভালোবাসা করার কোনো অপশনই নেই।
আপনার মতো হাবলা বেটার দিকে তো আমগো জেনারেশন মেয়েরা তাকাইবই না। আপনি দিক দিয়ে ফিরিয়ে আছেন, আপনার দিকে কেউই তাকাইব না।
আমি তোর নামে মামলা দেবো, তোরে আমি ঢাকা ছড়া করব।
ধারাবাহিক নাটক চিটিং মাস্টার, রচনা ও পরিচালনা সঞ্জিত সরকার। দেখবেন আজ রাত 10টায়।
Welcome back to the Bangamata U19 Women's International Gold Cup 2019. Match 2 in Group A has seen Laos thrash Mongolia 5-0. And Paul Macefield, we have been thoroughly impressed.
So what you mean, Shazad thrashed. It was a footballing lesson, particularly that first 45 minutes. Obviously Pei getting a brace along with Apatsala, and then Saisom and getting the final goal.
The stats go on to prove just how good they were. 25 shots in total from Laos, 16 of them on target, and 5 of those resulted in goals. Right, so we're going to head down to the presentation. Erin Holland is there for us.
Thanks, boys. Yes, another incredible game of football we have witnessed here this evening. The girls put on a fantastic effort, but in the end, it was Laos that was very triumphant. As always, we appreciate our sponsors and our partners. They're behind all of our successes throughout the tournament. Let me please thank our sponsors, United Commercial Bank, UCash, Biman Bangladesh Airlines, Hamim Group, Dhaka Bank, Bangladesh Tourism Board, Intraco Group, and our partners UNICEF, RTV, Nagarik TV, Radio 40 and Radio Bhumi. Joining me in the presentation party tonight, we have distinguished guests. Dr. M.D. Jafar Udin, Secretary, Ministry and Youth of Sports. We have Mr. Mohiuddin Ahmed Mohi, the Vice President of Bangladesh Football Federation. We have Mr. Omar Farouk, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and Mr. Fahad Karim, CEO of K-Sports. I'd first like to invite onto the stage with me a quick word with the coach of Mongolia, Kawamoto Naoko. Please make her feel welcome. Not the result you were after this evening, but what were your thoughts on the game tonight?
Today, Laos, their performance is good. I didn't expect we lost 5 goals, but we still have a chance to go semi-final, and we need recovery fast, and we want to ready for the next game.
Well, thank you so much. We'll get back to you, girls. Thank you. We'd now like to call on the winning coach for today from Laos. It's Vongomize Sombakam, coach of Laos. Please make her feel welcome. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Emphatic victory there, 5-0. How are you feeling about the performance of the team?
Yeah, first, thank you about our player. We training hard. His result is everything. Yeah, but we respect all the opinion and we look forward for step by step, match by match. Yeah.
And moving forward, what will you take away from this game for your next encounter?
Our target is semi-final. Yeah, we try to do the best for try to play with Bangladesh team. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the amazing win this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We would now like to present our player of the match. Now that goes to jersey number 8 from Laos, and her name is Pei. She'll be collecting a cheque of $500 from our honourable guest, Dr. Jafar Udin, Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and a medal from Mr. Mohudin Ahmed Mohi from Bangladesh Football Federation. Well, there you have it. A huge congratulations to Laos. They go 5-0 up in an emphatic win over Mongolia today. I'm going to pass back to the boys in the commentary box to wind up proceedings.
Thank you very much, Erin, down at presentation, and many congratulations to Laos for a complete performance. And I think their biggest rivals for the title here, Bangladesh, the home nation, in action against Kyrgyzstan, live at the Bangamata National Stadium tomorrow.
Bring it on. Can't wait for that one. After that first game, Bangladesh were absolutely on fire. 33 shots, 22 hitting the target. Kyrgyzstan, well, they're going to need a big response to get anything from that match.
Well, for those of you watching, come down and support the national team here at the Bangamata Stadium. Looking forward to seeing all of you here. It's going to be a cracking atmosphere from all of us here at the Bangamata National Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow.
বাংলাদেশে সন্ত্রাসী ঘটনা ঘটানোর চেষ্টা হচ্ছে জানালেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী। জুম্মার খুতবায় জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে বয়ান দেওয়ার পরামর্শ।
প্রত্যেক মসজিদে আগামী জুম্মার পূর্বে যে খুতবা হয়, নিশ্চয়ই সেখানে এই জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে, সন্ত্রাসের বিরুদ্ধে আপনারা কথা বলে ইসলাম যে শান্তির ধর্ম সেই কথাটা ভালোভাবে মানুষের কাছে তুলে ধরবেন।
শপথ নেন বিএনপি থেকে নির্বাচিত সাংসদ জাহিদ, জানালেন মহাসচিব ছাড়া বাকি সদস্যরাও শপথ নিতে পারেন।
আলোচনা হয়েছে, তারাও শপথের পক্ষে। মহাসচিব বাদ দিয়ে যে 5 জন, আমি সহ।
গণশত্রু বললেন গয়েশ্বর।
তারা জাতীয়তাবাদী শক্তির সাথে চলার যোগ্যতা রাখে না, তারা হলো গণদুশ্মন।
ব্যবস্থাপত্র ছাড়া অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক বিক্রি না করার নির্দেশ হাইকোর্টের। 2 দিনের মধ্যে জেলা প্রশাসক ও সিভিল সার্জনদের সার্কুলার জারি করতে হবে। এবং সরবরাহ পর্যাপ্ত থাকায় রোজায় পারবে না ভোজ্য তেলের দাম, আশ্বাস ব্যবসায়ীদের। নিয়ন্ত্রক সংস্থার কঠোর নজরদারির পরামর্শ।
আমাদের ঢাকা সিটিতেই প্রতিদিন 8টি টিম বাণিজ্য মন্ত্রণালয় থেকে বের হবে।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম, স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি RTV সন্ধ্যার সংবাদে। শুনছিলেন মার্কেন্টাইল ব্যাংক সংবাদ শিরোনাম। পুরো সংবাদে আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি ফারিয়া শারমিন
এবং আমি ফাহমিদা সালাম।
এগিয়ে চলো কল্পনার রাজ্যে।
সন্ত্রাস ও জঙ্গি হামলা প্রতিহত করতে আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী বাহিনীর পাশাপাশি দেশবাসীকেও সজাগ থাকার আহ্বান জানিয়েছেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা। সন্ত্রাসীরা ধর্মের মর্যাদা হানি করছে উল্লেখ করে জুম্মার খুতবায় জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে বয়ান দেওয়ার পরামর্শ দেন তিনি। সকালে ভিডিও কনফারেন্সে ঢাকা রাজশাহী রুটে বিরতিহীন বনলতা এক্সপ্রেস ট্রেন সহ বিভিন্ন প্রকল্পের উদ্বোধন করে এসব কথা বলেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী। রুহুল আমিন তুহিন জানাচ্ছেন বিস্তারিত।
অভ্যন্তরীণ ও আঞ্চলিক যোগাযোগে উপমহাদেশে রেল ছিল অন্যতম মাধ্যম। পরিকল্পনা আর সদিচ্ছার অভাবে মৃতপ্রায় এ যোগাযোগ ব্যবস্থাকে ঢেলে সাজাতে ক্ষমতায় আসার পর থেকেই কাজ করছে আওয়ামী লীগ সরকার। এরই ধারাবাহিকতায় ১৩৭৪ কোটি টাকা ব্যয়ে ঢাকা রাজশাহী রুটে চালু হলো বিরতিহীন বনলতা এক্সপ্রেস। এতে মাত্র 4 ঘন্টায় পৌঁছানো যাবে পদ্মাপাড়ের নগরীতে। শুক্রবার ছাড়া প্রতিদিন রাজশাহী থেকে সকাল 7টায় আর ঢাকা থেকে দুপুর 1:30টায় রাজশাহীর পথে যাত্রা করবে বনলতা এক্সপ্রেস। উদ্বোধনী বক্তব্যে প্রধানমন্ত্রী রেলের উন্নয়নে তার সরকারের উদ্যোগগুলো তুলে ধরেন। সম্প্রতি শ্রীলঙ্কায় জঙ্গি হামলার প্রসঙ্গ টেনে সরকার প্রধান বলেন, সন্ত্রাস জঙ্গিবাদের কোনো ধর্ম নাই। অভিযোগ করেন, বিএনপি জামাতের তৈরি করা সন্ত্রাস জঙ্গিবাদের প্রভাব এখনো রয়েছে।
বিএনপি জামাত জোট আবার যখন 2001-এ ক্ষমতা আসে, জঙ্গিবাদ সন্ত্রাস সারা দেশে ছড়িয়ে পড়েছিল, যার প্রভাব এখনো আমরা দেখি। আর শ্রীলঙ্কার এই ঘটনা, আমি তাদের কথাও বলবো যে তারা আমাদের এই পবিত্র ধর্মটাকে কলুষিত করছে, এই পবিত্র ধর্মটার বদনাম করছে সমগ্র বিশ্বব্যাপী।
জুম্মার নামাজের খুতবায় জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে বয়ান দিতে আলেম সমাজের প্রতি আহ্বান জানান প্রধানমন্ত্রী।
বাংলাদেশেও এই ঘটনা ঘটানোর অনেক চেষ্টা চলছে, তবে আমাদের গোয়েন্দা সংস্থা এবং পুলিশ আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী সংস্থা যথেষ্ট সতর্কতা অবলম্বন করে যাচ্ছে। আমি দেশবাসীকে আহ্বান জানাবো যে এই ধরনের সন্ত্রাস জঙ্গিবাদের সাথে যারা সম্পৃক্ত থাকবে, কে কোথায় এই ধরনের সন্ত্রাসী জঙ্গিবাদী কর্মকাণ্ডের সঙ্গে লিপ্ত, সেটা শুধু গোয়েন্দা সংস্থাই না, আমাদের দেশবাসীকেও সতর্ক থাকতে হবে এবং খুঁজে বের করতে হবে এবং সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আইন শৃঙ্খলা রক্ষাকারী সংস্থাকে জানাতে হবে। সারা বাংলাদেশে প্রত্যেক মসজিদে আগামী জুম্মার পূর্বে যে খুতবা হয়, নিশ্চয়ই সেখানে এই জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে, সন্ত্রাসের বিরুদ্ধে আপনারা কথা বলে ইসলাম যে শান্তির ধর্ম, সেই কথাটা ভালোভাবে মানুষের কাছে তুলে